This is PC 101, misleading. I go on a rant. As I said, I want to hear somebody else go on a Star Citizen rant for a little bit, and not just me.
Hello there. So I'm going to be upfront with you guys. This is probably going to be an incredibly negative video, very salty. I'm going to be channeling my angry Scotsman in this video.
Oh, he's a Scotsman.
I kind of feel like
Excellent.
I have to get this off my chest because it's really been irritating me during the whole Evocati and the PTU one wave. And there was a thing that happened about a week or two ago which really irritated me, which we'll get into. And then there was a tweet today from Dev responding to a video on Twitter that Expat Brat did. And that's kind of triggered me to make this video because I'm kind of really peed off. So a little feedback.
Okay, look, I don't know Expat Brat. Here's my thing. You named yourself Expat Brat. Doesn't that mean legal immigration brat? Because I wasn't sure what an expat was until I looked it up. Basically, you just immigrated from your native country to another country. That's all it is. I don't understand why we decided to come up with a term called an expatriate to be like, I moved from my country to another country. Like, you're an immigrant, a legal immigrant, but you're an immigrant. Or you migrated, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. Expat. I just don't understand why we came up with that term for that. It's just weird to me. But anyways, I'll let PC 101 continue.
That being that I am very much suffering from a medical condition called loot goblinitis. If it ain't nailed down, I'm having it. It's like, I don't need any of the stuff in this loot box. I don't even need the loot box, but I'm still going to take it. So when they announced at CitizenCon that we'd be able to get persistent hangars and be able to decorate those hangars, I was super excited for that. I mean, other than the Jesus server meshing tech, this is definitely my top 3 things in Star Citizen I was looking forward to. And then once we got it in Evo, I was kind of disappointed that, like, the 2 things I saw right after CitizenCon, I said it straight after CitizenCon, and I've talked to people and mentioned it to other people, was the fact that you have 2 problems. You have the physics system does not allow you to stack objects on another object which is non-physical, which, I mean, so it has its physics. So like stuff boxes you can push around. You start putting physical objects on top of other physical objects, that's a no-go. It's going to start freaking out. It can eventually set.
Yeah, so I that was something I never brought up, but when they first started talking about this stuff, I had a lot of issues with what was shown and how they described it was going to work. Most of what I brought up and talked about, not all, but most of what I brought up and talked about before this came out, and we saw it in PTU, all of it came true. Every damn bit of it came true. And, you know, I don't want to be like, haha, I told you so, because I don't want it to be broken and busted and hurting. I don't mean like really hurting players, but hurting players' desire to play this game. That's what I mean. Like, I don't understand it. So, but the physical, the fact that we don't have actual physics in this game, which is why we get dancing ships and bodies that flop all over the place for hours on end, and many other situations where it involves an item because there is no physics within the game. There's many challenges that arise and many funny bugs that happen, but also bugs that can end up killing your gameplay experience. I mean, I don't mean like destroying the game for you, but killing your gameplay experience because you're not having fun because, you know, a piece of ship that was dancing around in front of you just suddenly fell over and hit you and killed you. So, yeah. Yeah, this is not the proper way to store explosive devices at all. They're supposed to be, I've always seen it in US military, and that's just, you know, from like Discovery Channel and History Channel, stuff like that. There's specific ways you're supposed to keep this in racks, and there's little tags on there saying that, you know, they're not armed. I mean, they're live, but they're not armed. This kind of scares me.
And stay, but it's very, very buggy, and as soon as you go above like 2-3 items on one another, that's just straight up a no-go. And then the other issue was going to be that I saw was your ship engines. If you ever went to SPK and you fly outside SPK, all the items outside blast around inside SPK, which is crazy, being it's supposed to be an airtight box. Or if you went down to a Crash Caterpillar site, when you're going into land, you can see all the little one SU, not the little boxes, fly all over the floor. So it's like, well, as soon as I come into land or take off from my hangar, isn't all my decorations just going to go flying around into the corner? I'm like, okay, well, I'm sure they will resolve those issues before we get it. And 9 months later, I think it's 9 months later, SCL put out this video, and I'm like, yo.
Yeah, we're just about 9 months later, and you know, I didn't know about the I didn't think about the physics aspects of it, but this is unacceptable. In my opinion, this is unacceptable. CIG said, you know, all this stuff is supposed to come out in the next 12 months or so. And then after that, we get into March, 2 weeks before the 3.23 patch is supposed to come out. They release an ISC and say, guys, sorry, we can't do the hangars yet because it's not all the way polished, but you know, we removed them from the patch, but we're this close. You can go back and watch it. The guy goes, we're this close away. We just have a little bit of polishing left to do. I figured, I didn't figure anything. I watched the community try to figure it out. And they're all like, oh, you know, it'll probably be out in a month, maybe 6 weeks. Dude, that patch came out in March. We're 4 months out. And it don't work. It don't work. The missions don't work. You server error, your missions drop. People can't complete the hauling missions. People are having issues with boxes disappearing on them. This guy brought up a great point about physicalized items blowing around your hangar. Apparently they released a patch late last night. I got the alert for it when I woke up this morning. It's completely broken. Apparently, I'm not going to try to sign on right now. I don't feel like torturing myself for you guys like that. It's ridiculous. And what's funny to me is they don't have this patch nailed down yet. It's moved to wave 2, which apparently that was what broke it. And yet we have these people saying, oh, September we'll have 4.0. Dude, how are we going to have 4.0 if this doesn't even work and it's not even out yet? August is halfway over. August, let me double check. It's August 16th. We are literally 15 days away from August ending and September starting. October, like October 14th or something like that, is CitizenCon. Do you really think 4.0 is coming out pre-CitizenCon? Because if you do, I think you need to check for like some head injuries or maybe CTE or maybe lack of oxygen getting to your brain, because there ain't no way. Post CitizenCon, maybe, but then you're up against, here's the other thing. Now, okay, let's talk about post CitizenCon. All right. You have this tiny window between CitizenCon and IAE to get in 4.0. And if 4.0 is a shit show, you're going to lose out on the biggest event of the year outside of CitCon. You're going to miss out on the biggest event outside of CitCon and IAE. Do you really think they're going to release it in between CitCon and IAE? There's no way, because if it doesn't work, they miss out on tons of sales. So it'll have to be post IAE. Now, where does that put us into after 2 weeks of IAE? Late, or the very end of November? Now we're talking December. Once again, I don't think CIG is going to do what they did the last time with 318. 318 came out into Evo and then Wave 1 PTU. I believe it was Wave 1 PTU. Wave 1 PTU. I believe December 18th, and then they took off for 2 weeks and it turned to shit over Christmas break. I don't think they're going to do that again. I really don't. So you're left with 4.0 next year. Yeah, they're just trying to get that money, man. And the Polaris, to me, I don't see a use for it. But then again, I'm just a negative guy. I'm grumpy sewage runoff. I don't know anything about the game. I don't play the game. I've never played the game. I don't know what I'm talking about. All the above. Yes, it has been 12 years, and it's been 6 years since they announced Pyro, and it's going to be going on its 7th.
Oh, this is amazing. I love this. This is exactly what I want. But being that I've played Evo when they made this video, I know this is complete and utter BS. Like I said, you can't totally stack stuff on top of one another that's a physical item. You can't put stuff on table easily. That they'll start rattling around and shaking. The more stuff you put on that table, the worse it's going to get. This feels incredibly misleading. Now, I know SEL, ISC, they want to advertise a feature, and they want to do it at the best case scenario, like the top of the range thing, but it kind of has this negative effect that you're setting expectations way up here when you're actually kind of delivering way down here, and you were never going to go up here. You were hoping that that's like the best case scenario, where this kind of feels misleading. This is like when you go to a fast food.
It's not kind of misleading. It is misleading. It's very misleading. And it's kind of, it's borderline bait and switch, honestly.
Kind of vending place. Yeah. And you look at the board and you go, oh, look at that burger. That's super nice. And then you get the burger and it's this like flat ass pancake thing that looks like somebody sat on. It feels so misleading. And I don't think it's like, it's obviously not negative. It's not maliciously misleading. They're showing best case scenario. So whenever I watch ISC, it's like, I always see stuff like this. I'm like, that's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. They're trying to put their best foot forward, but it still irritates me because you're selling. It's kind of like you're selling this, but you're not delivering this. And I think that's why I was so like.
This has been my complaint for forever. And I get called so many negative things, whether it's in a comment section or a DM on a Discord, or it doesn't matter. It's happened. And to me, I like, open your eyes, people. Like, it's okay to like the game. I like the game. It's okay to love the project. I don't love the project. I like the project. But you need to call out the bullshit when there's bullshit. And if you don't do it, look, man, this project's all on you guys. Like, I am refusing to give them any more money. I will not sub for early access to the PTU. I will not buy another ship. I'm not buying paints. I'm not buying subscriber gear. I'm not doing any of it. If I spend any money on this game, I will go to an eBay website and buy credits. That's what I will do. That is the only way I will spend money. Like, I don't know, guys. And to be honest, like, for all of those that, because I know people that want, I'm going to try to split this up tomorrow night into multiple videos. For those of you that come here and watch this and go, oh, well, these guys are being dicks and they're being in an echo chamber together, and they're just, you know, giving each other Dutch rudders so that they can shit on our game. No, we're not. We're criticizing the game because we want it to be better. We want the development to be better. We want Christ Roberts to be better. We want everything to be better. The problem is that when they do shit like this, and then you just kind of go, oh, it's an alpha. That's on you guys. And it's never going to change if you don't get out of the attitude of, it's just an alpha. No, fuck you. Start putting completed shit in the game, or don't put it in at all. I'm tired of the tier 0. I'm tired of the half-ass working stuff. Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm taking such a long break from this game. What is the point of playing a broken fucking game that nobody is playing right now? The player numbers show it. The servers show it. Jumping regions shows it. We're not just pulling this out of our ass. Like, and you guys have allowed it to get here. I sat here voicing my opinions. I sat here saying what I've been saying now for over a year and a half. This is on you guys. All you people that want to defend this to know, well, they're doing something nobody's ever done before. Well, yeah, okay, fine. That doesn't mean you can't complete shit and put it in the game completed. I understand certain things can't be done that way, but everything else, like basic FPS missions, should not be a problem. They should not be a problem. Having NPCs give you missions should not be a problem. Having inventory that actually works like inventory, I don't care if it's a paper doll system. Inventory systems have been around since the 80s, and you keep fucking it up. I don't understand how after 40 years of video game development, you can't even make a damn inventory system. And you expect me to think that you're going to make a flight system somehow better? Like, it boggles my mind. Games have had mini maps in them for 20 plus years. And the fact that it's year 12 of development, 5 years or 6 years worth of them having a alpha playable game, and they're just now adding a mini map. Come on, guys. Come on. That's really, that is, come on. Like, I don't know what to say anymore. And I'm sorry I'm getting riled up, but this guy's right. They do these ISCs. They show you what could be through their design, but then they don't actually deliver it. They just don't. Jim, what's up? You don't have to apologize for being late. Well, thank you.
Really annoyed when I saw it. Kind of really angered me when I saw this video, because it's like, I want this, and I always made this video,
Cosmic.
but I thought, no, I'm just gonna let it go, just get over it. It's only a game. And then I saw a tweet today, and it kind of really, well, I saw a couple of hours ago, and this was that what the tweet was the catalyst to making this video, because it really. So basically, there was a tweet Expat Brat did, which is basically she made a video
Brat.
Filled the ship with lots of seats, kind of turning into like an airplane kind of thing, which is really cool. I like it.
That's an interesting
idea. It got quite
idea.
a lot of views on it. But there was a dev that commented on it saying you're welcome. And Ian is awesome. The fact that he fixed the fish tank. So the fish tank you couldn't track to beam, but now you can track to beam. Unfortunately, the other 90% of hangar decoration stuff don't work. And it kind of commented that they don't have time to do it. But basically, Expat is pointing out that the stuff that you put down will just get blasted everywhere from the engines. Basically, that you can decorate your hangar.
Look at this right here. Yeah, I was very well aware of this too. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to look into the best option would be to lock them in place, but we've got some ideas. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Like, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, here's this great idea. This is what we're going to do. We're going to implement it. And then the community, or even anybody goes, hey, it doesn't work because of X thing, or this thing is not ready because of this. And they go, well, we didn't think about that. Push it live. Like, come on.
And as soon as you fly a ship off the pad, everything just gets blown away.
She did that?
And it kind of comments saying, yeah, I'm very much aware of this too. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to look into what the best option would be to lock them in place. But we have some ideas.
I forgot about that. You are immortal when you're in those seats. And also, I don't know if they fixed it or not. So the beanbag chairs, if somebody sits in the beanbag chair and you throw them out of a ship in high atmo above, like, say, Daymar, you can actually move Daymar, and people will not be able to repair, rearm, refuel. Some of the doors won't work. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. But you can move the moon, and people that were in the middle of doing things on that moon, unless they were like low flying or whatever, it breaks everything. So give it a shot, guys. Give it a shot.
It's been 9 months since Citizen, and obviously prior to that, you must have realised this was going to be an issue. You're not addressing it, you're just going to ship it out with the hangar decorations basically being a no-go. You're not going to really be able to decorate your hangar for the reasons I mentioned. Completely blunt, the devs at CIG are amazing,
nice.
Even the marketing department. So this is not a go at Ian. I just don't understand, like, from an upper point of management, how you think that's a good idea to just ship it out like that. I mean,
because okay, let's say even more people were mad about this than say what they're showing on Twitter or on Spectrum, right? Let's say even more people are mad. Let's take it up a notch, right? The whole community is mad. All 2.6 million people, because there's 5.1 million accounts, and CIG said 40 to 50% of them are alts. So all 2.6 million-ish people get really pissed off, and they all write Spectrum posts about how this is shit. You want to know how CIG solves it? Brand new, coming next IAE, X ship from X manufacturer. Buy now. That's how they solve it. You know, go back to when the Drake Ironclad was announced. CIG had only made 17% of the money from the year prior, right? Only 17%. And they announced the Ironclad, and the Ironclad essentially turned around the entire year for Star Citizen money-wise. So if I'm going to say this once again, the problem is not people like me. It's not people like Grumpy. It's not people like, God, I hate saying this. It's not people like Gem Reviews. It's not people like Asmongold or Pirate Software calling the game gross and nothing but a money grab, right? It's not our fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's not our fault. We warned you. We spent years trying to warn you. Well, I spent a year and a half-ish trying to warn you guys. Grumpy spent 3 years trying to warn you. Many people have come and gone expressing exactly what we've been expressing for years now. This was not an us problem. It's a you problem.
Hangar decoration, any decorations is a huge money maker. Well, I say huge, I don't know. The fact that like a mount in World of Warcraft made more money than the whole of StarCraft 2 shows how much people like ship decorations and paints and skins. Like making you should see the Fallout community when Fallout 4 came out, and they were building bases and then cluttering them to make them look like they were lived in. There was some really cool stuff that came out during that, and I was kind of hoping, I mean, I'm not super into that, but I was kind of hoping I'd see some of that in the Star Citizen hangars, but it can't happen, obviously. Items that you can decorate is so much less resource consuming from a company point than building this whole ship. You could pump all this stuff, all these decoration stuff you could make from scratch and sell on the website faster than you can make one ship. So how are you not like, how is that not a priority to get the hangar stuff, decoration stuff, the ability to decorate?
Laser colors, afterburner colors, engine colors. You want to make a lot of money? Add those into the game. And it wouldn't take much. People would buy them up in gobs, put them on there for like $5 a pop, you know, purple, pink, blue, red, orange, green. Throw those up on there for different thruster colors and or afterburner colors. People will buy the shit out of them. They will make more money off of that with less time consumed than trying to build a ship. And I guarantee you they would make an entire quarter's worth of money in a single weekend off of that. Me too, Cosmic. Me too.
Create your hangar, lock down so that you can sell stuff.
I don't know, money. Jim.
Anyway, I kind of want to let it there. I'm kind of getting really ranting. Right, Future PC here. I realized I didn't give my suggestion on how I would fix it. So I'm adding this after I've edited the video. So how I would do it, basically, see this is a cargo grid. This is one SCU box. When you put the box on the grid, it snaps. I don't like the idea of turning the whole hangar into a cargo grid for two reasons. A, you can either have an item that way or that way, 90 degrees. You can't have an item 45 degrees. It just won't lock. It will just immediately snap to 90 degrees. Kind of limits your options. Locking it to the cargo grid is great. Ship engines can't move the box. You can't push the box. You're gonna have no weird physics stuff. But if you went to put another item, say, on top of it,
Hammer Berlin,
that's not going to lock to no grid. The box isn't a cargo grid,
here,
so
Hammer.
The item on top's still physical, and it's still going to maybe vibrate and fall off and do weird physics stuff. So that's not the greatest of solutions. So I don't like the item. I've heard people use that suggestion, but then you're going to have to turn every single item into its own cargo grid, so you could lock an item on top of another item, like say this is a table, this is a plant pot, etc. Don't like that idea. I like my idea, because my idea is better. This tool here, it pretty much sums it up. It's a tool that can track beam and lock items. Obviously, you need some sort of restrictions, so like it do some kind of detection to see if it's like a certain distance from an object below it, so you're not going to just have stuff floating in the middle of your hangar.
Okay.
So it just wouldn't let you say, you go, okay, that's fine, although that's probably extreme. But anyway, another restriction: only the owner of the hangar can use the tool in their hangar. I couldn't go over to somebody else's hangar and start using the tool, because then you could just grief them and block. Say this is their hangar door. It goes back to
reinventing the wheel.
Start blocking their door and locking it. I guess they could move it, but yeah, that's bad. And also, you cannot use it outside of the hangar. So this tractor beam locking tool can only be used by the owner in their own hangar. That's the only place they can use it. Because we know that CIG uses assets in the game to dress their scenes. We've seen the loot boxes. You ran up to a loot box, went to loot it, and realized, oh nope, it's not actually a loot box. But they've obviously grabbed the asset, put it there, and locked it in place, so it's no longer physical. Like having items locked is just better for your game, because having hundreds of items in your hangar that are physical, it's got to put strain on your game and the server, because it's got to do all those physics calculations and whatnot. Anyway, let's get back to the original video. I just wanted to give my suggestion.
Yeah, you just
want to let it go.
I think that's what he's trying to. I think this is him going in a longer workaround of basically saying he wants to just make items locked and with the ability to move them if you want, but it doesn't need to be a specialized, grid system designed just for hangars. That's more time, more wasted money, and does nobody any good. Like, just make the items lock in place. You can't push them, the ship can't push them, etc. You don't need a cargo grid for that.
I was very passionate about this feature. It irritates the hell out of me that it feels very second thought kind of thing. Anyway, guys, rant over. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, that was PC 101. Going on a little Hangar rant. I liked him, so I'm gonna like it. And yeah, I liked it. It was good.